much for being with us tonight. I know that some of you were on the road for many hours to come. I know that the weather events in the last days were quite difficult for you, and I also want to pay a tribute to the courage of the people here in Louisiana. Well, it is a special day. A day of friendship, a day to celebrate the everlasting bond between France and Louisiana. It's also indeed, as Vincent said, a very special day for me. This is my first visit, indeed, outside Washington and New York since I took office, and I decided to come to visit immediately New Orleans and Louisiana because there is no better place to celebrate our friendship and the alliance between France and the United States. Yes. Yes, France is proud to be the oldest ally of the United States, and there is no better place than New Orleans to remind us of this reality. I just arrived in New Orleans this morning, but I was able, thanks to a program which our Vincent has made, to get a taste of the city's incredible culture. I had the pleasure of unveiling the new marker for the Degas House, now one of Maison des Illustres, reflecting this amazing city's deep French roots and heritage. I also made a visit to the historic New Orleans collection, which helped me to better understand the rich history of New Orleans and the resilience of its people. As French people, indeed, we never feel like foreigners here, because New Orleans and Louisiana are famous for their warmth and friendliness, but also because this part of the United States has always been dear to us. Many people here claim to have French heritage, and many students are learning and speaking French. We are very proud that, thanks to our excellent partnership with Codophile, 5,000 students are able to learn French in 30 French immersion programs throughout Louisiana. And I would like to thank our French teachers who come here each year to fulfill this noble mission. They are making an incredible difference. Thank you very much. And I can tell you, as a former national security advisor of the French president, I was lucky to be in Erevan, in the capital of Armenia, last fall. And it was a moment, it was a summit of the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, when the state of Louisiana was accepted as an observer member of this international organization, the only US state to join this organization. And it says very much. So you see, it means for me and for France, it means a great deal to celebrate Bastille Day with all of you. I am often asked what this day represents to French people, why it is so important since the French Revolution took place a very long time ago. Well, aside from a stunning military parade, it is a day when we celebrate who we are, regardless of background, social status, religious or political beliefs. It is a day when we celebrate the core values of our republic: liberty, equality, fraternity, when we remember the price of freedom, of peace, democracy, and human rights. It is a day when we realize how lucky we are to be part of a country, France, that has always been a voice in the world and still strives to make a difference, even if we know the changes we need to make in our society and in our economy in order to solve our own problems. And we realize how lucky we are to have such friendships, such alliances and such a network in the world as we can see here in the United States. This French voice underscores in particular the importance of fighting against climate change and also of fighting against inequalities, which is the top priority of our G7 presidency this year. As you might know, France has a presidency this year of G7, and the United States will be the next president in 2020. Our friendship reflected last year by President Macron's state visit in Washington and President Trump's presence at the commemorations for the 75th anniversary of D-Day is unwavering. France will never forget the bravery and commitment of our American friends when we needed it the most. And I am delighted to be able to bestow tomorrow in Jennings the Legion of Honor upon a great veteran of Louisiana. One last word to greet the French people in the room. Merci à tous d'être présents. Vous êtes les ambassadeurs au quotidien de cette relation bilatérale si spéciale, dont la vitalité se vérifie en Louisiane, en matière éducative et culturelle, comme je l'ai dit, mais aussi en matière économique. Et j'ai été très heureux lors de notre déjeuner de rencontrer la communauté d'affaires de Louisiane. Chers compatriotes, l'ambassade est à votre disposition avec nos consulats généraux de la Nouvelle-Orléans et de Houston. Je suis heureux, à ce titre, que les dernières élections européennes se soient parfaitement déroulées avec un taux de participation supérieur de 60% par rapport à 2014. Cela prouve que les Français de l'étranger, les Français de Louisiane en particulier, sont très attachés à la vie démocratique de leur pays et je m'en réjouis. Lastly, I wanted to congratulate the United States women's soccer team. Which just won the World Cup. Well done. Last year it was a French team in the men's World Cup. This year the American team in the women's World Cup, which took place in France. We are so honored to organize this great event. Isn't this a beautiful symbol of success, but also of friendship between our two people, our two nations? Long live the friendship between France and the United States. Happy Bastille Day. Vive la République. Vive la France. Merci.